A very good morning to you. Welcome to Viewpoint on Silverbirds Rhythm 93.7. Just an exciting morning. As you know, Viewpoint is your news and current affairs show. We're live every Saturday from about this time. And on this show, I can tell you that we've defined discussions that had set the agenda and, of course, granted us an opportunity to really engage the society in a lot of ways. This is the longest running news and political current affairs discussion program on radio, and we've been on for over 17 years, consistently bringing those that matter, from serving governors, those who wanted to be governors have been here. Of course, we've had senators, lawmakers, we've got doctors, medical personnel. Just take a look at the roll call. And what we've done on this show is to bring you an unbiased discussion, especially when we reach out to the newsmakers, to come and give us a bit of a perspective to a lot of the issues that definitely affect you and I. So we can tell you that this is the place to be on a Saturday morning. Turn off every other thing, pop up the volume of your radio set a bit. And for those of you who are watching us live on Facebook, I can tell you that it's always a wonderful opportunity and desire to have you join us. So this morning, I can tell you that we're streaming live right now on Samson Omale blog. Samson Omale blog. Go to Facebook, put it in your address bar, search it, and then of course hit the follow button. Make sure you hit the follow button so that we can have them. And of course, my guest also will be streaming on his side. We'll be sharing the links and all of that. So it's going to be an exciting discussion we'll be having in the next maybe an hour, 10 minutes, an hour, 20 minutes, as the case may be. So you keep your dial right here. Now, after we got this promo out, it's been buzzing all over the city. And of course, if you look at the matter we're going to be talking about today, it definitely will interest you. And that's, of course, I will begin to inch towards 2027. There's a particular constituency in Plateau State, for those of you who definitely may not be too used to what we do around here. I can tell you that in Plateau, there's a constituency called the Pankshin Kanke Kana, right? The PKK, right? Ahead of 2027, and it's interesting because representation there has always been something that it drives a lot of buzz, and then it appears we have a disruptor. Now I'll be talking about that, but before we get into all of that, let me introduce to you my guest this morning, and he is the Right Honorable Gabriel Dewan. He was a former speaker. He's still a serving member of the Plateau State House of Assembly. He was also one-time minority leader of the House. And of course, he's here to talk about, there's a lot of things I've been looking forward to talk to this man about for a long time, because it appears he defied every gravity in politics to, get in and all that. I will be talking about that. But let me welcome very warmly to the show, the Right Honorable Gabriel Dewan to the show. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, Samson Omale. Good morning, Redeem FM. Good morning, Plateau. My pleasure joining you this morning.
It's exciting to see you. And by the way, I didn't tell people that you are Trump Jr. And some people have been asking me, what's the Trump Jr. about? So let me start that way. What's, you attached to your name is Trump Jr. What's the idea? Or what are you, Trump Jr.? Are you a younger son of Trump, or
what? Not really. I don't think if Donald Trump knows that someone like me existed. But the fact remains that I admire Trump, not now. I can recollect back as far back 2016 when he first aspired to be American president. When I follow his speech, how bold he was, despite he was going against the sitting president of Barack Obama, and he speak without minding any political correctness as we used to play in this part of the country. That make me love him, and I decided to nickname myself Trump Jr. right back then in Plateau State University workers. Okay. Even though for now, people would like to link it up with the present happenings in the America era and issues, but of course, it's not about what is happening now, but it's about his personality, speaking the truth without minding who is above. That's what ended me to Donald Trump.
Okay, there's a lot to talk about on the show today, and I'll just get right into it. You were Speaker of the Plateau State House Assembly for almost 2 years. Now, you came from the minority of the minority party in the state. I mean, you didn't belong to the APC, you didn't belong to the PDP. A lot of drama happened when they were majority PDP, and then, of course, the court came, APC became the majority, and all that. You were literally the only one a member from any other political party, but you assumed to become the Speaker of the House of Assembly for over 2 years. How did that happen?
Well, first we give God the glory. For me, I have always dedicated my life and everything to God Almighty, because if you follow the trajectory of my political life, you believe that God has been faithful. To start with, I start my political aspiration under APC.
Okay.
As of 2020, I've been going around under the APC platform. When it was clear to me that, of course, I don't have a chance in APC after the local government elections.
Yeah.
The candidates we supported were not able to scale through, or I can say they were outrightly denied because they were in positions of candidates over the popular candidates. Of course, this is politics. As a young man, I was afraid. Those who end up emerging are those who I campaign against. Perhaps I have to seek for alternative platform. That pushed me to PDP, and I went to PDP. I was accepted, and I was given a fair playground. Of course, to be fair to them, the primaries was very fair, very transparent. But of course, didn't get election. As a young chap who have no any godfather, nobody to stood by me as of then, I lost the primary and I lost gallantly. And after I lost the primaries, of course, I test the ground and I know that my people need a change. They need a better representation. And after a series of consultations with my supporters, with my campaign team, with my well-wishers, we agreed that we should jump ship to another political party. But first, what we do is we were able to ask ourselves what happens, what were the basis of us losing the PDP primaries, considering the fact that I was one of the most popular aspirants then among the 5 aspirants. I cannot say that I was the most, but I can say without missing that I was one of the most popular aspirants among the 5 of us who were jostling for PDP ticket, of course. But we were made to understand that I was denied the ticket because of my age. In some quarters, they said I'm too young. In some quarters, they say even councillors said, in fact, this is not unionism. I'm quoting some of the stakeholders verbatim that this is not unionism. I'm too young for this. And that prompted the issue of Young Progressive Party. So when we started with my team, we discussed and we said, okay, since we were denied not on the basis of credibility, we were denying the ticket because we were too young. Let's align with parties that have interests of the younger generation. That's why we end up in Young Progressive Party, service to the people, our motto. And we declare under YPP, I think around August, September 2022. And we launched the campaign down to October, November, December, and to God be the glory. By March 11, we were able to become victorious by defeating both the PDP and the APC candidates.
Wow.
And I won convincingly. I was the only member-elect that there was nobody who challenged my victory in any court. I did not appear before any tribunal. To God be the glory. I appreciate my opponents who conceded defeat. That is sportsmanship, and I must give it to them because none of them, both the PDP candidate and the APC candidate, they both accept that I won that election. Of course I won because as a small party that were not having structure, were not having any godfather who could have rigged the election in our favor. So even if they were to take the case to court, what will they say? That I rigged the election using who? By who? So it was a massive choice. So I came to that of somebody who were 24. I was alone. 7 APC members, 16 BT members, and 1 YPP member. And as God will wish it, I was their last born. They were calling me last born, of course. I was proud to answer it because some of them in that house, they're old enough to be my fathers. Yeah. Some of them were in that house when I was still in primary school. Some were there when I was still in secondary school. Of course, I respect them for that. But, in House of Assembly, there is strong notion going out there. There's a lot of things about parliament that people don't understand. You see, in the House of Assembly, the day you're elected and you cross that gate, issue of party ends. Issue of constituency you represent ends. Issue of tribe ends. Issue of which zone you are coming from ends. Our rules are very explicit. Any elected member is qualified to contest any position in that assembly as far as you are an elected member certified by INEC and you have been administered out of office, you are qualified to be anything. But of course, we are human beings. In politics, they always say majority have their own way in every democratic setting. That is one. Two, because of the Plateau respect for one another, there is this inherited political sharing formula, which our people before us have agreed. Okay, for every 3 job proposals to be represented, if governor is from one zone, deputy from one, speaker should come from another zone.
That's right.
That is Plateau
arrangement.
But it has no direct application to House of Assembly rules. You should understand the differences between the laws guiding the parliament and the gentleman agreement of the people out there. Of course, but as citizens of Plateau, we uphold that agreement of our parents. That's why when we came to the assembly, I was one of the campaign director of the former speaker, Right Honorable Moses Thomas Sule. I was from Central Zone, and we respect that we campaigned for him and he became speaker. The unfortunate happens, it is not my making, neither they are making, anybody making. Anybody who was in the assembly on the 21st November when I became speaker in 2023, you can see how angry I was, because I was very bitter. Why was I bitter? I'm seeing 16 of my colleagues going down, plus 5 rep members, 2 senators. I'm not evil. So anybody who know how I emerged as speaker will know that I was not a happy man at all. But of course, there is no provision for vacuum in the House of Assembly. If I didn't step in to become speaker at that time, there could be vacuum, and if there will be vacuum, myself, I will lose my seat, and any other members that were existing in that assembly. And of course, as a lone member who narrowly won his election, I will not be foolish to allow vacuum to take place, because if there is vacuum, another election will be conducted. Who will sponsor me? Who will protect my mandate again? Because I won that election not as if everybody was happy for me. So if opportunity is given at that material time, they may gang up to ensure that I didn't return to that assembly, because some of them were feeling embarrassed by me winning against them. So of course, I step in. Why did I step in? When people are saying, why didn't some of my colleagues from the south, let it be said clearly. On the day the speaker resigned, there was not any member from the Southern Plateau in the chamber. There's none. My respected senior colleague, Honorable Joseph Bukar, and the member from Wasi, Honorable Ibrahim Galadima, who were the members of, remaining from the south, both of them were in Abuja. They tendered their apology. Their apologies were read in the floor that they were away. And speaker cannot be elected in absentia. So when I was nominated, of course, I stepped in for 2 reasons. 1, to save the political situation of Plateau. 2, to save my own seat from avoiding vacuum to be created in Plateau State House of Assembly. And I stepped in, and I was made speaker. And to God be the glory. I did my best and stabilize the political situation. Now, many people have been asking questions.
Yeah.
Why did I lock the House of Assembly?
Yeah.
I didn't lock that House of Assembly.
Yes.
We may not be sitting here today as Plateau people. I said this without apology. Anybody who was in this state at that time know the political tension that was rising in this state. But of course, as a young man, I believe that Professor Nekawa Yilwada is a Plateau son. Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfun is a Plateau son. And the case was already before the Supreme Court. So I said, okay, normally when there's political crisis, the tool that is always used is the House of Assembly, where politicians, desperate politicians, or those who are desperate to achieve one thing or the other, always take advantage. And I said, no, I cannot allow House of Assembly to be used as a tool under my watch as a speaker for any political interest against the collective interest of Plateau people. Yeah. So I said, okay, since both of them are Plateau sons, ironically, they are both from Kokin family. Ironically, they are both sons of reverence. Ironically, they are both from Gindri. They are both colleagues in Gosa. They have many similarities. Ironically, they are both Ngasa Mogovul, and they are 2 brothers. If you read history, the Mogovul and Ngasa were brothers. So I said, okay, I will lock the assembly, of course. Anybody who emerged from the Supreme Court were ready to work with us assembly, because ours will be from Plateau. We don't care who wins. Provided the case is at the Supreme Court, let the assembly be locked down. Everybody should. Let status quo be what? Maintained until the determination of the matter at the apex court. To God be the glory. Whosoever was to be matched, I was ready to work with. And on the 12th January, the judgment was passed. And the 23rd January, that was fixed as the resumption date of our plenary, we resumed. And we continue the plenary as expected. So, me becoming speaker, I can say there's a lot to do. Even though up to today, I'm not too happy. Because looking at my friends, my colleagues, that we won election together, we started retreat together, we, of a sudden see them going down for me to rise up, if I would be happy, then it means I'm an evil man, and which I'm not. So I feel for them, but of course, destiny is in the hand of God. I told my colleagues who come from God, I said, God have destined that you will not win election in the ballot, but you will definitely represent your constituencies. That is what it happens the way it happens. I told those who were removed that God have destined that your people love you. They will vote you, but you will not be opportune to represent them to the end of the term. It's just like those who are elected and they end up dying while in office. It's the Lord's what doing. And as they die, someone from somewhere will come and participate in by-election and end up taking over the what they see. You said this is how tricky politics is. Today, as I'm sitting before you, I'm happy, man. My family are happy, but God forbid if I die today now. People will come to my house, they are crying. But the intending aspirants, even in my house, as they are mourning, they are calculating what will they do to succeed me. That's how terrible it is.
Yeah.
Before you know, even at my graveyard, someone tell someone that I'm going to contest, so I will take over. That's how
that's life. Yeah.
Politics is. So life is a process. As someone is going down, someone is what coming up, and to God be the glory. We have passed that stage. So to God be the glory.
Great story. I mean, wonderful story. Now, I like to ask, how come you stepped, I don't know now, whether you resigned as speaker, you stepped down as speaker, what then happened? Why did you continue as speaker of the Federal State House of Assembly?
Remember I said something earlier.
Yeah.
The day I was elected, there was no member from Southern Plateau in the chamber.
Yes.
I'm on the national radio now.
Yes.
If I'm lying, anybody can counter me. Joe Bukar was not there. Ibrahim Galadima was not there. And those were the two members standing from the Southern Plateau. Because remember, we were 8 remaining. Myself from Pangshin North, Ngukum from Kanke, Balanoma from Kantana, Kalamu from Dengi, Ibrahim Galadima Wase, Isa Ajiji from Just East, Joe Bukar Shendam, and Adamu Aliyu just know. Those were the 8 members remaining. So invariably, we were having only 2 from the south. Joe Bukar Shendam, Ibrahim Galadima was, and none of them was in the chamber. So I have to step in to save myself and them. Because had it been, I was also absent, and that vacuum was created. All of us could have lost our seat, and nobody know if by-election should be conducted. Only God knows who can manage to return to that assembly. So of course, after I have restored peace in the assembly, when judgment was passed, PDP members were kicking against the judgment. After Barrister Caleb Manasseh Mutfang, judgment was passed in the Supreme Court. They said there was miscarriage of justice at the appeal court, where there was a clashes in the House of Assembly, between the APC members and the PD members. I have to use wisdom to ensure that there was no break of law and order. So we have to follow it gradually. There were a lot of court processes here and there from civil societies, individual, group of interest, and so many. But of course, the interest of Plateau supersedes any individual interest. I thank the governor maturity. The governor was very mature in his dealings. He sat me down, advised appropriately, and we do the needful when it was right. And after we swearing in the members, we managed the assembly. When I realized that everywhere was calm, all the members were all agreed that the interest of Plateau
should be paramount,
supersede the interest of any political party or any individual. I was alone, managing 23 members from opposition. The governor and his cabinet were from other party. But I can bet you, there was no account of any crisis. Neither have you ever had that I suspend any member in that assembly, despite our differences. Look at Benue, my neighbor. We are all of them from APC. Within 1 year, 23 members were suspended. heaven did not fall. I have the gavel. But of course, that is not the spirit of Plateau. You cannot use your personal riff with anyone in the chamber, and we maintain that sanity until when the time was right. And of course, we discussed with the governor, who is the first citizen of the state, said, "You are from Mongo and from Panchi. Now that the house is settled, let the right thing be done." And the governor was, wow, so be it. If it were any selfish governor, he could have been afraid. Now that this member, as of then, he has not yet become, could have said, "Oh, these people are not from my party. They might like injure me." But of course, you know that they will not do anything because I was not also in his party, but I didn't do anything illegal. So that trust was already built already. That trust was there, and I resigned willingly. And I want to use the opportunity to clear something. You see, people, there were a misconception out there that they were about to impeach me or remove me. In fact, in the parliament, there's nothing like impeachment. It's removal. You cannot impeach a speaker, you can only remove a speaker. That is even a wrong English in the first place. You cannot remove a speaker just because he's not in your political party. Before you remove someone, there are processes, unless you want to do it illegally.
But you know, in that same house, they've removed speakers or removed
Because
speakers several
when you have,
that didn't follow process.
When you have executive rascality, I said that without apology, because no speaker will be removed illegally without a power from somewhere backing them, because we have laid down procedures. But of course, when we have executive rascality, we give or who legalize the rascality, then it must come to stay. It has happened here severally. When 6 members impeached Dare,
very well.
Some years back, when some members, 6 or 7, impeached Abo, and so many instances. But all those things doesn't legitimize the processes. It's wrong. Before you remove a speaker, you serve him a notice of all his wrongdoings.
Okay.
It takes 2 weeks. A committee will be set. Then the speaker will step aside. Deputy speaker will preside. The speaker will appear before that committee to answer those allegations against him. After that, they will bring the report of their investigation to the members, whether he was found guilty or not. And it is the members that will come and decide based on the findings whether what was committed warrant removal or not, or suspension or punishment, or any, as the case may be. Because it's one thing for you to allege, it's another thing for you to prove it. And to God be the glory, the records are there. I was never accused of any misdoing or any threat of remove or anything. So ask anybody if there was any.
You resigned.
Notice. I resigned at my own will.
Were you forced to resign?
By who? Forced by who? Who could have forced me?
By the powers that be, sir.
Where was the power that be when I was managing the house for the 1 year, 8 months? That same power that be could have removed me since before then. Even when the state was very volatile, that power that be didn't remove me. Since when the state is peaceful, that power that be will remove me. I expect any sane Plateau person to understand that if I was to be removed, it could have been done when the state was boiling, not when peace was restored, everywhere was calm, everywhere was good, everywhere was moving fine, that I would be removed. Why? I could have been removed. When crisis was going on the other day, they would break into the house, when they would do I wasn't removed. Since when everywhere was moving fine, we were moving with the house members, we were doing everything fine. Look at the transformation we did in that assembly under my watch. Go and make your finding. You're a journalist. Go and make your finding. I left Plateau's House of Assembly with my shoulder high. With my shoulder high. Because I thank the government of Plateau State for the autonomy given to Plateau State. And as under my watch as a speaker, make proper use and implementation of that autonomy. Under my watch, as I'm sitting before you, I confirmed 260 Plateau youths who their future was hanging. I confirmed them 27th December 2023. Even when there was pressure that we should fling them away so that we bring our own people. I said, look, I'm a Plateau son. Those people I said we should throw away are Plateau youths. I'm a young man, I cannot be walking on the street, seeing people walking and say, this is the person, because their destiny is my hand. I was a speaker now, I cannot be speaker forever. Just like that, I'm no more speaker. I said, these are my brothers. Let's confirm them. Any other of our constituents who are looking up to us should wait for God's time. And I confirmed them. 260 youths. Not just that. When the state government implement minimum wage, Plateau's House of Assembly is the first assembly in the entire country under my leadership to ensure that we also implement the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria person salary increment. Go and make your findings. Under my watch, go and look at the House of Speaker of Share Resident around St. Peter's. I completed it. Fully well remodeled. That is a 10 or 11 bedroom duplex with a lot of boys quarters.
And you didn't stay to enjoy it before you left?
I sat there for
Okay.
7 months before I left. I stayed there for 7 months. Look at the Deputy Speaker's residence at the back of Ole Airport here, behind Nana House. It was 80% completion before I left. Look at the House of Assembly complex. When we come to the assembly, there were no offices for members. Today, there's no office in that place with that AC, with that tiles. There was no tiles in most of the offices there. It was this old 19th century rock carpets. Today, every office they have well-kitted AC, tiles, everywhere, well remodeled. Every member is comfortable in his office. I'm telling you that even before I became speaker, many members, apart from previous, no members was having office there. Even when they have visitors, they have to attend to them in radio houses or any office available. But of course, under my watch, it was remodeled. Go and look at the budget house of that assembly. Go and look at the car park. Go and look at the popular Dewan Square, the photo gallery. Go and, there was massive transformation under my watch, and I'm happy that I achieved all those things despite the political
Higgy-haga.
Yes. Apart from that,
Yes.
ask the members, I didn't joke with the welfare of my colleagues, because he who work must what? Must job. And I ensure that all of us are comfortable according to what is available in the coffer. And I can tell you that we're very united, we're very one. And to God be the glory, I left with my shoulder high.
Okay. There's so much to talk about with your time as Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly. But let me also ask, do you regret any regrets, or do you desire that you could have continued as Speaker of the Plateau State House of Assembly?
Well, as a politician, nobody could have not wished to continue. But of course, my personal desire to not supersede the unity and progress of Plateau.
Okay.
But if I tell you that I could have not desired to continue, then you know I'm just being politically
Correct. All right.
Of course, I could have wished, but that wish will not be possible because it's not yet time for me to sit there comfortably. So for me, I believe that I was just there to bring normalcy to the state, and I've achieved that.
What's your current relationship with the current Speaker?
Current relation, he's my colleague.
Okay.
I administer out of office to him. He's my senior colleague he has been there for 2 terms before I came in. But of course, what happens. He bowed before me, administer out of office to him. And we have no issues. He's my elder brother. We work. I'm his minority leader. And you know, in the hierarchy of the assembly, the speaker, deputy speaker, majority leader, who next? Minority leader. As far as the house is concerned, I'm the minority voice. So we must work closely.
So
you cannot work without the minority leader. Yes.
Okay.
I'm a non-member. Whether I want to or not, I must. I have to be.
Yes. Because
that office cannot be vacant. And that is where the voice of minorities is concerned. I'm the former speaker. But anybody who have cared to go to the chamber, you can see, I play the role of minority leader without any pride, nothing. I second motions, propose motion. I play the role of the minority because it's about the state. It's about the parliament. It's not about individual ego, of course. As a former speaker, I'm not supposed to serve as minority leader to be standing up, seconding motion, but it's beyond that. I'm a young man. I have a future. That ego, that pride cannot take me anywhere.
All right. Now, I'm a bit curious, Right Honorable Dewan. At a time when everybody seemed to, let me not say everybody, when most people seem to be leaving other parties and gravitating towards the All Progressive Congress, the APC, you have stuck to your YPP. Why?
The reason is very simple. I told you earlier, my political trajectory started from APC to PDP to YPP. Come on, Omale, what reason did I have to leave the party that gave me shelter? What reasons?
Yeah, but others are leaving.
YPP is not in crisis.
Others are leaving.
They have reasons for leaving.
No, some of them are just because again it's a moving train, and if you don't move with the train, you can be crushed.
That is where individual differences and individual ideologies come in. For me, YPP give me shelter when the world was about to clash on me. And today they are not in crisis. It's one of the most peaceful party in this country. As small as we are, we're okay. So what reason will I say today to run and leave YPP? After all, I consulted with my electorates and they reminded me that, young man, we voted you in YPP against all odds. We didn't vote you because of the party. We voted you because of your personality. So if you move, you're on your own. So I shouldn't have taken that risk, and I'm comfortable.
All right. One of the high points of this show today is to begin to throw up, because we're beginning to get into the high point of the political season. And you are from Pangshin, right?
Yes.
You represent Pangshin
North. Yes.
All right, in the State House of Assembly.
Yes.
Now, I've gone on your page and I've spent the last few days literally moving through some of your comments and all that. You tend to want to support everybody. You tend to want to be very united and, of course, want to carry everybody along.
Because I represent the entire constituency, not YPP.
Okay.
It was during the election that I was under YPP, but as far as I'm elected,
yeah,
I represent the entire constituency, whether APC, PDP. That's why in all my programs, whether it is fertilizer, it is anything I take to that constituency, everybody is carried along.
You even can, one of your posts I saw a few days ago, you even congratulated the APC over the successful conduct of their ward primaries. Is that not anti-party?
No, it can't be anti-party. You see, in some areas, there are crises. Now, I was congratulating APC for conducting peaceful congresses. If the congress was not conducted peacefully, my own electorates will be injured. It's not about APC. It's about those I represent. Those ESCOs elected, are they not my constituent? Of course, they are mine, because I represent them. So conducting themselves peacefully deserve congratulations for displaying maturity, for showing to the world that Pangshin North people are peace-loving people, despite political interest. If you go to some place, they break chairs, they break it, they shed blood because of the Congress. But of course, my constituents conducted themselves across all the wards, all the local government peacefully. So I said, let me congratulate them. That doesn't mean that there's no any anti-party there. There were people in APC who voted me. There were people in YPP who voted the APC candidate. You see, the mistake people don't understand is that in secondary election, it's not about party. It's about individual. And on the day of election, everybody's in some unit. Where are you to know who voted who? How many YPP were in Pangshin North? If you were for party, I could have lost that election gallantly. So I don't want to discriminate people on party basis because I'm a beneficiary of collective mandate of the people.
Okay, so what's the future for you?
I'm contesting Pangshin Kanke Kano.
Really?
2027.
Really?
Yes.
And you are not afraid to contest for that position?
Why should I be afraid? What is there in the seed of Pangshin Kanke Kano that I should be afraid? Can you make me understand? Why should I be afraid?
Well,
because for you to say, am I not afraid, it means you have something.
No, not something. Because
so why should I be afraid?
No, because there seems to be a Jagaban in that place.
Jagaban?
Yes.
Who should I be?
I know. I'm just asking.
No.
There seems to be someone who
I'm
is
hearing
very...
it from you.
No. It's not hearing.
It seems that it means you are suspecting someone who you believe that is the Alpha and Omega.
No.
So will you tell me who is that person?
No, I'm not suspecting anybody to be Alpha and Omega.
I know.
I'm the one asking the question.
In Nigeria, when they say Jagaban, it's more like unchallenged somebody, unchallenged mortal, and Alpha and Omega, and it's from your mouth. You said
no.
There's a Jagaban.
No,
so who is that Jagaban?
Even in politics, everywhere. Yes. I mean, even you have people who have, by the reason of their antecedents, we have even former governors who, if you look at their pedigree, by what they've done, by the way the followership they connect and all that, they speak. I mean, and they are respected, and sometimes so they've come to you can't take it. They're like kingmakers at some point. Well, but some others have become very solid politicians in that constituency, and that's what. Yes,
something you see.
Yes,
I don't want to discuss an individual here.
Yeah.
Because if I must discuss an individual, I will appeal that you extend invitation to me and whosoever the Jagaban are talking about. Let's both of us appear.
Okay.
Let's talk man to man. Then we know the strength and the weakness of everyone. But of course,
that's
to clear your curiosity.
Yes.
Pangshin Kanke Kanam is a cosmopolitan constituency. Okay. And many respected sons and daughters of Pangshin Kanke Kanam have represented that constituency, and many will also represent that constituency. Everybody have contributed this quarter. And let me leave you with this word. Nobody have monopoly of performance.
You really?
Yes. Nobody have monopoly of performance. And performances are in different phases. You know, you are a journalist.
Yeah.
I want you to be more of an investigative journalist. Don't be carried away by what we politicians come to air and tell you, I have done this, I have done this. Go and investigate and authenticate some of those claims. We have different types of politicians. There are those who 1 is 10 to them. There are those who 1 is 1. There are those who 1 is 10. I don't know if you understand. There are
no, I don't understand. You know, you're talking like a politician.
I will clear you now.
So
there are politicians today
yes.
that will go and gather students in their constituencies, give them 20,000, will come to you and tell you that they have offered scholarship. Is that a scholarship?
Wow.
Do you know the definition of scholarship? You cannot, a student is schooling, maybe his school fee is 100,000, you call him, give him 20,000 or 30,000. Let's even say you give him 50,000 once. Then you go to here and say you have given scholarship social numbers. As far as I'm concerned, that is not a scholarship. That is educational work support for that moment. If you are offering scholarship, you have to train that person. All his school fees will be on you until they graduate. I have many students under my scholarship. I can publish their names, their phone numbers, and where they come from, and you can go to University of Jos, go to Poly here, go to Pokot, go to FC, go to Bochi, go to Kefi, and verify and paying their fees on a yearly basis, 100,000 each, and I've never felt. That is what we call scholarship. When you declare the offer scholarship, you have taken the burden of that person.
So there are people in Panshim, Kanke, Kanab who give those kind of support, and they say they are those giving scholarships. Is that what you are trying to insinuate?
Maybe when you call Lady Jagaban, we'll come and discuss that.
No, you don't need to really discuss.
We are talking politics, and what I'm telling you, there are politicians who do that, who engage in that. That is one. Two, there are people who will give employment to 2 persons and go to here and say they are giving employment to 20 persons. And you journalists these days, some of you are becoming lazy that you don't want to investigate some of those things. Anything they present to you because of the respect you have got for him, you just buy it, you exploit it, and you start sharing it. This person have done this. That is why you journalists have encouraged lies, deceits, manipulation to be selling faster than reality, and at the detriment of the
way you are attacking journalists this morning.
No, and you see, it's very painful
Yes.
that sometimes you wake up as people's leader and you start hearing regional media that Panshim Kanke Kanam, every unit has been empowered, or Panshim Kanke Kanam, every unit have bohol, or Panshim. Then you begin to wonder, I'm a member representing Panshim North, a section of Panshim Kanke Kanam. Even as I'm sitting before you, there are communities who are on my neck for water. But the same journalists have said that the entire Panshim Kanke Kanam have water in every unit. It's a cause to worry. You see, those are some of the things that we need to let the world know. Because doing those kind of, or promoting those kind of lies and deceit is depriving our people from getting intervention from NGO and other well-wishers who are willing to support. Today, if my community want to need water, maybe there's NGO, or maybe you, Samson O'Malley, want to come. The next you say, after all, there's this fella that ever unit have borehole. I'm only making an instance. Do you understand? Now, we have over hundreds of units. Someone will tell you if you empower every unit in that constituency, and you people will agree and start.
No, it's not people agree. Now that's what if that's what they've been told. You know, as journalists, we just report.
Now,
as you are telling me now, you are telling me that, oh look, you've given 100,000 naira scholarship. You just told me, if my colleague who is here is going to write this news later, he's going to say, Right Honorable Gabriel Dewan gave 100,000 scholarship.
That's not how it's supposed to be.
No, but
you're not supposed to authenticate it. If you are going to write it, you said, Right Honorable Gabriel Dewan says.
Yes, of course, that's
he
what
has.
Yes.
Then it's left for you,
yes,
as a journalist, to go and verify whether it is true or not for the sanity and dignity and integrity of your
of our profession.
Of your profession. So that if it is true, when in your future program you authenticate that, you remember in so time there was a news like this, it has been verified, it is true. Therefore, that would be one develop one commendation. But to clear the air, if you discover it is lies, you owe the public that duty by telling them that, oh, this news is fake.
Okay, so
based on the finding or disposal, There's nothing like that.
Right,
and you also hold that particular politician a duty to call him to order. You lie to us. We have made our investigative journalism, and what you claim you have done is not obtainable on what? On the ground. By doing so, it will discourage many from lying, from manipulation, from deceit, from media bragging. I have watched one in your station here some years back, I think last year also. I think that's why you are saying there's Jagaban. Since someone was telling you here that he's going to contest election, and anybody who contests against him will be ready to face a D10 machine, a moving machine that pull trees and stones. I was just like, when I watch him, I said, oh, yeah, you had one interview and said, Samson Male have entered one chance.
I cannot enter one chance. I'm not doing my work.
A federal constituency of
I'm
three
just asking
local
questions
governments.
as I'm asking you, sir.
You see, we are talking about the federal constituency of 3 local governments.
Yes, sir.
With many reputable individuals. I'm not talking about media one here. Because I'm not the only one contesting Panshin Kenke Kanam. We're many. An individual cannot tell you that anybody who contests against him should be ready to face it. He was not the first time, he was not the first person to be elected member. And he cannot be the last.
Who are you talking about?
The person, you know the person more than I do.
No, maybe I forgot.
Who is that Jagaban you are talking about? I want you. You started this because I want you to mention it.
Right, Honorable, you will not drag me into. I was just asking your simple question. And maybe we'll get there. We'll get to there.
Samson, who is that Jagaban? If you do not tell who is that Jagaban that you said I'm not afraid of, if as far as you are not bold enough as a journalist to tell me who that Jagaban is, you will not leave this station today. Because I am here as a legitimate constitution of Panshin Kenke Kanam.
Yes.
And as far as Panshin Kenke Kanam is concerned, everybody is equal. Nobody is bigger than anyone.
Yeah. So I'm sitting with PKK, right? Now, as it is right now, we have that's the question I want to ask. Do you people have a gentleman agreement about rotation within PKK, or is something that does not work with PKK?
Well, I'm a young man. When I grew up, it was said that I was not part of it because I wasn't there. Just like the issue of the speakership. Just like the issue of speakership, is what we were told, not as if we were also there, that speaker, governor, and deputy must come from different zones. That's applicable what was obtainable in Panshin Kenke Kanam. And remember, people are linking my speakership and Panshin Kenke Kanam. I have to tell you what led to me becoming speaker. I never contested to be speaker. Okay? Because I respect that inherited sharing formula. But of course, circumstances are just like if someone died, you cannot leave the place vacant. And that's how I step in because they removed the space, the speaker was going down and I have to step in. Now, in Panshin Kenke Kanam, we grew up and were told that they agreed then that every local government, since we're 3 local government, this local government will do one time, this will do one time, this will do one time. And I will give you the little history I had. From 1999, Jose Angobum from Kanke was the member representing Panshin Kenke Kanam to 2003. I was told, because I was young as of 2003, I was small, I have not much political role, but I was told that he seek for re-election. It was his brothers and his own people from Kanke that said, no, let this thing move to where? Kanam. And when Reverend Labar, we had contested with him, even the delegates from the Kankes voted Labar. I said what I was told. Because I was
like
not
the way
there.
you are emphasizing. This is not your own story.
It's not my own story. It's what I was told.
And let's put that on record.
Yes.
It is not
to make it clear because I wasn't there. Reverend Labar, he marched from Kanam from 23 to 27. Coming to 27, Leo Dilcom from Tal in Panshin South emerges. He finishes. He seeks re-election. That one, at least I can say something about it because that time we were of age as of 2011. Then my own father, the former speaker, Right Honorable Emmanuel Nwar, contested against him and he defeated him in the primaries.
But he's same from Panshin.
Panshin North.
So it means Panshin have done 2 terms.
Yes.
By virtue of Leo Dilcom being there.
And
then of course
now let me clear that.
But for Kanke they didn't do 2 terms.
I'm coming, I have not finished now.
Alright, I'm done.
As of that 2011, all the three local government did one term, so it can start. It's supposed to go back to Kanke.
Okay.
Then, according to the agreement, because when they discussed the political give and take, we were not, they were still young. They said the pension people, that's my own parents, said since the rotation end up in pension, it can also begins from pension.
Okay.
That brought my father.
And everybody agreed.
Of course, for him to win, it means they agree.
Okay.
Because he won the election.
Okay.
So, my father won in 2011 to 2015. So when he finished, then the battle moved to Kanke, where Dr. Timothy Ngulu was given the mandate. And in that 2015, of course, when Emmanuel Ngwar finished, both Kanke and Kanam are eligible to contest because Pangshin have done 8 years, Kanke and Kanam have done only for 4 years as of 2015. So anybody is eligible to what contest. So Ngulu contested against a Kanaman, Yakubu Gumshar. So Ngulu ended up defeating Yakubu Gumshar. That made Kanke also did what? 8 years. So coming to 2019, Ngulu want to go. He seek the election. The people of Kanam said, look, Pangshin have done 8 years. You have done 8 years. It's our turn. You cannot, Kanke cannot go 12 years while we will only go for 4 years. And the rebel, if you have been hearing a popular statement, Chamlolok, it begins in 2019 by the same people today.
What's Chamlolok? Because I'm not.
Chamlolok is you. Let me do it. Should I translate it directly? Or in layman language, Chamlolok is more. Let it go round.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
You do, I do, this one.
Okay.
Yes, everybody should. Or let everybody be a partaker in the cake, in nutshell.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah.
And that argument spring up very strongly as of 2019. And to God be the glory. Right Honorable Yusuf Gadi Adani won against Timothy Ngulu.
Okay. That was in 2019.
That balanced the 8 years thing. Coming down to 2023.
No, it means Kanam has just done 4 years.
No, Labar we have done from 2-3 to 2-7. Remember?
Okay.
I tell you, it was the Kanam that took from the first man from Kanke.
Okay.
So as of 2023, all the 3 local government have done the 8 years. In Pangshin, there's Ngwara and Bilkon. In Kanke, Timothy Ngulu and Jose Angobum. In Kanam, Yusuf Gandhi and Labar Wuya. Argument started. A Pangshin man and Kanke man and Kanaman all were contested as of 2023. In Kanke there is Barrister Warlock and others. In Pangshin there was Ziphion, Philip Dasun and others. In Kanam there was the Yusuf Gagdi. There is, was it Joanna Bawat? There was other country. Because it become more of a battle figure. And since everywhere I've done
it. So anybody can take it now.
Perfect. Now, the current occupant then said, during the first sharing formula, Pangshin finished and they started. Say you not be bad if they also the second one ended in the local, it will not be bad if they also what started. It works in its favor. He was re-elected. So
for a second term.
Yes. So they have done what? 12 years in Kano. So Kotsi demands that by 2027 the battle should be shifted either to Kanke or to Pangshin, so that the 12 years should also what? Be actualized. But I'm not here to argue on that. I'm a politician. I'm not relying on that for my aspiration. Because of the question you asked, I'm giving you this foundation. Do you understand? Now, all what some of us are saying is that as leaders, we should be responsible to whatsoever arguments we have first put in place before. In 2023, there was a threat issued. In fact, that the rep member have reminded us then that Pangshin Kanke Kanam is not Lantang North and South. I have the video I can send to you on the WhatsApp. That Pangshin Kanke Kanam is not Lantang North and South.
Which rep member said that?
My present rep member, right from Wilson.
Why did he say that?
When he was seeking for election, and he out of fear or out of intimidation, thinking maybe someone from Pangshin or Kanke may want to contest with him, and he said Pangshin finished the first round and they started the second round. Now they finished the second round in the local, they need to start the third round. So, you know, of course, this is politics. There are some quarters where they were using majority, minority, all those cards. And out of intimidation, he rose to podium and reminded our people that PKK is a partnership. But to my greatest surprise, the same person who said PKK is a partnership, today want to go for third term Now let me ask you something. If others before him could have insisted to go for second top term, will he be there to even think of the overhyped performance that they are talking about?
But everybody,
That's why I said
everybody is
no.
willing to everybody can contest. It's within the constitutional right of anybody, whether you
Perfect. Nobody
12,
that's why I tell you.
that you
That's
have-
why I'm
you have
telling
no
you
right
that
to
I'm
contest.
not here to say that because of anything someone
Yeah.
should be disqualified.
Yeah.
Oh, INEC don't know about zoning. INEC don't know about tribe. It's a free contest, and everybody should be contested. But of course, in that contest, we should remind everybody of his past antecedent. What we have said before. Do you understand? You cannot eat your cake and slap it at the same time. That's what some of us are saying. We should be responsible as leaders by what we said before. It's just like my pension note. I'm a member of pension note.
That's right.
Okay? It is by the grace of God that I became member. When we were contesting, there was an allegation that there is need for zoning. And I asked, is there zoning? If there is, some of us should back down, knowing fully well that my father was a member in 2007 to 2011. And I was reminded that Panshino, there's no zoning. How? It's on record that in 1999, Lawrence Toto from Fair was a member. 8 years later, distinguished senator Diket Plan became a member from the same Fair, when many other wards have not yet tested the seat. So, based on that argument, qualifies anybody to contest that. Already, any acclaimed gentleman had been jettisoned as far back 2011. So when you look at the age differences between late Lawrence Toto and Senator Diket is 8 years. While when you look at the difference between myself and my own father, Right Honorable Liman Wangwar, is 12 years. He left in 2011, I came in 2023. There's 12 years interval. Toto left in 2007, Diket came in 2011. It's 8 years interval. But of course, political naysayers, those who have no any idea about how function, not political rotation or whatever operate, they are telling people that I contested against zoning. It's a lie. Capital lie. The 5 of us that contested primaries in PDP, we were from 5 different wards. So if there was zoning, why did they allow 5 of us to contest? I was from Bokos, Uri Bachina was from Pansi Central, Bonlu was from Kadum, Ngwen was from Ter, Ngunu was from Kangshu. Even in the APC, the Dasun, Philip Dasun, who was my predecessor, was from Belnum. You contested with Luka Mantu from Kangshu. So you can agree with me that there's no any established zoning in Panshino. Now, as we move forward to 2027, I can tell that we have about 17 or so aspirants for my seat in Panshino from various wards.
Wow, 17.
The ones that I know. Some that have even contacted me, notified me that they want to succeed me.
Wow.
17 of them.
How many are contesting under your party?
I have 3.
That are contesting under YPP?
Yes.
All right. Now, a quick question. Now, for your critic, they always say, and I got a few messages, even a few messages coming through when they knew that you were coming on this show, and some of them I said I should ask you, and I would like to ask you directly, and they are saying that it appears that you really are not going to contest for PKK, that you are actually trying to hold on to your state assembly seat. Is that correct?
Well, you see, my name is Right Honorable Wankudang Benagembo.
Yes.
If you know me very well,
Yes.
I'm not the kind of person that get distracted by someone's perception. I don't get distracted by what someone think of me, or what someone sit in his own comfort zone and assume of me. I don't hold tomorrow. I have told everybody as we approach 2027, I'm asking God for 2 basic things: long life and health. When I'm alive, I'm unhealthy, we'll definitely play the game. But if I'm not alive, I'm not healthy, of course I cannot play the game. So, you know, our Muslim brother said, Rana wan kabaya boy chibi, how did they used to say it? Of course, they're entitled to say everything they want to say. There's freedom of speech, there's freedom of expression, they're expressing what they thought of me, what they think. For some of them, some said I'm too young to contest House of Representatives. There are members of House of Reps that they were not up to 30 years. Today I'm 33. I'm an old man compared to them.
Yes,
Okay?
a young man.
You are one of them. You yourself are one of those critics because you said there is a Jagaban. I'm still trying to remind you. So it's obvious that you and some of your like minds have believed that nobody have the.
That's not fair. What you are saying is not fair. I mean, you are trying to bring me to your.
I'm not bringing you. You brought yourself into it because you first said it. You said, "Am I not a friend?"
Yes.
For you to say, "I'm not a friend,"
those are the fear. Those are also the perception of people. You see that look. You may become. Take for example the incumbent person who is there now.
Yes.
He's done 2 terms. I mean, the general feeling and perception is that he's done so well, and his people want him to come back.
And you remember I said something. Yes. Nobody have monopoly of performance. I can say that anyway. Nobody have monopoly of performance. How did he perform? If Ngulu was not stopped, will he have had the opportunity to perform? So who tell you that another person cannot come and outperform him? I'm not here to drag whether he perform or not, because that is not the time to discuss that now. As I said, if you people give us the privilege, invite both of us, we'll come and discuss our performance.
If you agree, I'll bring you guys both here. If you agree to be
I'm a representative of the people. I'm not afraid of anything. Yeah. It's about facts and reality. It's not about fiction.
Okay, but he belongs to the APC, the incumbent. You also have somebody who may likely, we don't know how it will turn out, may likely contest on the PDP. You are in the YPP that is not as popular as these other parties. Now, how popular are you, sir? 2 questions I'm going to ask them. One, how popular are you in Kanki? How popular are you in Kana?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for this very direct, straight question.
Yes, sir.
I will take you back to 2019.
Okay.
When my other elder brother, the president rep member, the right honorable Yusuf Gandhi.
Yeah.
The person in your mind you assume is the Jagaban, even though you don't want to say it, in your mind you assume is the Jagaban, but you don't want to speak it. But let's leave this for you. Yes.
Let's go on.
Him in 2019. Yes. I can tell you for free that as of 2019, Timothy Ngulu was one of the best performing rep member in this state. You can take it to the bank. The records are there. He was a former deputy speaker who was removed in 2017. But he contested against Timothy Ngulu. What was his popularity in Panchin? What was his popularity in Kanke? How many people know him in Panchin as of 2019? How many people know him in Kanke? A former deputy speaker contested against an incumbent and won. I was a former speaker. The most accessible speaker. I'm proud to say that because there's no local government in this state that I do not tour when I was a speaker. So if you talk about popularity, I can tell you for free that the name Day One in this state is among the leading political names, both for positive reason and negative reason, based on how
people perceive
you. So my name is not a new name to anybody. Even in the state, talk more of Panchin Kanke Kanam. The name Day One, even in the country, I was the youngest speaker in this country. You have been following my news, been a channel, so TV, so my name was everywhere. Enter your Google search and click my name. You will see different stories about me. So it's surprising when I talk about popularity. I'm as popular as anything.
Amongst the people, amongst your local community.
Among the Panchin Kanke Kanam.
Yes.
Mind you, I'm a young man.
Yes.
I have many school friends.
Yes.
Many associates. I was the youth campaign coordinator of distinguished Senator Ezekiel Adinka in 2019. There's no vote in Panchin Kanke Kanam that I have not stepped my foot in during that campaign. So, what is new? I have toured those 3 local governments, even when I was not on ballot, when I was not yet the one of myself. I was doing it for others. So it's now that I want to do my own that I suddenly become unpopular. Come on now. I'm as popular as anything.
But your party is not as popular as the other ones.
That's so why. You remember I said something earlier.
Yes.
General election is not about political party. It's about individual. It's about the scorecards. It's about the pedigree of the person flying the ticket. Nigerians are very socialized now. Gone are those days where people vote political party. You know what? I'm praying for the day Nigeria will adopt independent candidature, where everybody will say his name, where nobody will be hiding on a political platform to win an unmerited offices. Introduce independent candidature. If your name is Omali, Amsa Omali. If your name is Day One, Amsa Day One. And start hiding under political party. Just like what happened in 2015, where the wave of Buhari just brings so many people into office. Just like there are a lot of accidental leaders today.
Wow.
Who won election because of the platform they belong, not because of them as persons. Some of us, to God be the glory, we won our election on 3 bases: God Almighty, the people of Panshin North, and our name. Not about platform. Because as of 2020, many of my plini don't have agents of YPP agents. Don't have structures, but I won. So it is not about party.
Well, you say you won. You say you won because there was an agreement by your constituents,
That what?
by virtue of the way the political calculation went, and even with the candidates. That look, you are the person by region of where you came from, and by the way it was structured, that you were just lucky to have taken it as
If
well.
that is the case, why was I denied the ticket? Since my region was the favorite region, why was I denied the ticket? You should ask the question. The favorite region are the region that the ticket was given to them. Don't you think so? The favorite regions are the regions where the ticket was given to them. So if my region was the favorite, I should have been denied the ticket. I was denied the ticket because they felt my region is not favorable. But of course, the people believe in me, and I thank them. I'm forever grateful.
So, right,
for the
Honorable,
opportunity given to me.
if they call you now and settle you now, you will continue with your ambition.
Settle who?
If they settle you now, you know politicians settle themselves. If, for example, the incumbent calls you now and say, okay, look, take this XYZ, let's be brothers, take this one, go and cool down, just go back to the house
Because
of
the incumbent is the
assembly.
central bank, right?
No, I'm just saying. Or even maybe I heard that one other person is also contesting.
We are
And
many.
so if they
There is-
say, look,
there
let's
is
have
another
a political.
brother. You see now, as I'm talking to you, I don't even want to talk about the PKK.
Yes.
I'm waiting for them. I have my ticket under my palm. Let them go and finish their primaries and come and meet me.
Wow.
I just want to put a stop to that. I have my ticket of my party in my pillow, under my pillow. Let him, the Jagaban, and his other colleagues, other names, let them go and settle their primaries. Let me even know who am I going to face first before we start the debate. Because
Wow.
as far as I'm concerned, for now, I don't have opponent yet.
Yeah,
I'm
very-
yet to know who is my opponent for 2027. Then we start the debate. So, issue of settlement. I was a speaker of this state, a long member. If I was out for settlement, I should have not been in YPP by now. Since then, I could have crossed capital, I could have cashed out and crossed capital. I have integrity, I have dignity, I have respect. You see, in this life, 2 things kill a man. If you allow money to control you, you are a gunner. You are finished. You are a finished product. That is 1. 2. If you allow your personal desire to override the generality of the people who entrust their mandate on you, you are finished. You will not last in the game. And those 2 things have been my motivation. If I do not compromise, if I was not bought, if I do not surrender for any offer when I was speaker, when the offers were so glaring, and I see no reason why concede none for any offer. And let me tell you, collecting any compensation now to surrender my aspiration is a betrayal of trust of my people. And I have said it, whether I win the election 2027, whether I do not win, I am forever grateful to the people of Panshin North. I'm one of the most low-key man in this state, if not the country. Because they have given me platform. They have given me name. They have prepared me table. They have made me known. They have given me friends that at my youthful age today, even if I don't win any election again, I will forever be on my knees, praying to God, thanking the sons and daughters of Panshin North for watering my bread at my youthful age. Take it or leave it. My life is better than how I was before I was elected. Whether I like it or not, unless I just want to be a hypocrite or ungrateful. The people that I have helped. Sometimes when my colleagues, my schoolmates come to my house, I get emotional because I imagine, had it been the people of Panshin North do not raise me, I could be among them roaming house to house, seeking for help, for employment. So my brother,
Yes.
it's not a do-or-die affair. But of course, we must correct and let the world know that nobody have the monopoly of performance in Panshin Kankekan. It must not be the one. But certainly it must not be someone who is sitting for third term. It can be anybody.
Wow.
Yes.
Say that again.
It must not be the one.
Yes.
But certainly it will not be someone who is seeking for third term.
Is that the mindset of the people of PKK? Or
I cannot speak the mindset of people because I don't have power to speak on behalf of them. That is my own perception, and I'm ready to work towards that, to actualize that. And as I'm working towards that, I'm not working to say it must be me.
Because the same thing was said in 2023, and yet it turned out
in 2023,
yes,
I was not the one. The rep number one said in Pangshin that I have defeated 2 sons of Reverend before. To God, I'm not the son of Reverend. To God be the glory. So maybe if he was designed to be defeating sons of reverends, the one is not a son of reverend. In fact, my family have no lineage to reverendship. We're committed Catholics, but we're not from any reverend family. So maybe I may be the one to stop that. If I will not be the one, I will contribute in stopping it. That's why I said it must not be me. It's not about me. It's about the future of Pangshin Kenke Kanam. It's about the future of generation after us. It's about the future of those who are looking up to us. What we really tell our children that the entire Pangshin Kenke Kanam, there's nobody who can perform. So one person can perform for 12 years. We have, do you know how many tribes we have from PKK? He said it himself that Pangshin Kenke Kanam is only Lantang North and South where all are Taroks. He said it. I can send you the video. I speak with facts. So if truly Pangshin Kenke Kanam is not Lantang North and South where all they are Tarok, do you know why did he say that? They are all Tarok. So anyhow, it must be a Tarok person. Now, we have many tribes in this war. So why him as a German want to remain there for 12 years? When there is Bogom, there is Ngas, there is Mupun, there is Chip, there is Pai, there is Tal, there is Kadum, and so many. So I want to remind him, we agreed PKK is not Lantang North and South, and that partnership must remain. It cannot turn the sole proprietorship overnight. We will resist it.
But you've answered the question. But again, I understand, and based on a bit of my research, from research in terms of what some of your constituents are saying, that they are praying that you'll be on the ballot, and that as long as you're on the ballot, you may not be able to win against the incumbents.
I know where those are coming from.
Okay. So you've also
know them.
Okay.
We know them.
Okay.
You see, there are politicians who engage in hiring people to write and post on media. Some of us are not broken by that. I was ruled out in 2023 as someone. I tell you that I was told that this is not unionism. I'm wasting my time. Even on the day of election, I was on my way to pull in it. I ran college of Pangshin. Some guys took and said, "Look at this one. There is contested assembly that today you must faint." What do you know what they mean? They are believing that the shock of my losing will make me faint. But they were surprised when I was declared winner. So I believe in God's judgment. Even as we are saying that we will resist it, we are not God. If at the end God said that He has destined that He will go back for third term, to God be the glory. We pray for Him to succeed. Because everything we are planning, we are doing on our own effort. But God perfects it. But of course, God has the Christ, genuine Christ, and genuine arguments. And we all serving God. Nobody have monopoly of in God I trust. All of us trust in God. Nobody trusts in devil.
Okay.
We're all committed believers in God. And we all believe in God. And the God will always remind everybody, you promise me this, that Pangshin Kenke Kanam is not Lantang North and South. So why are you changing? The same God we said, you once said, you prayed to me that PKK is Chamnelok and you get it on that. So why now? The same God will have the judgment to pass on everybody. And that judgment will be in the favor of Pangshin Kenke and Kanam people against the few collective people who believe that they are Alpha and Omega, to a point that you, Omali, have named them Jagaban.
Please. Anyways, I didn't name anybody Jagaban. You are the one who is bringing that on record, Mr. Dewan.
Yes.
Right on the Dewan. Will you abide by it?
I should answer now.
No, you answer, but will you answer? Will you go for third term, fourth term, fifth term? You let us know if it's your own turn.
You see, I'm not here to lie.
Yes.
If it were before 2023, I could have boldly said that I'll go for 4 years and leave. But now, since it's now by performance, as everybody is claiming, if the mandate is given, my performances will determine whether I will be given another 4 years. Because now the trajectory has been set for 4 years from the ADS from the normal 4 years.
Yeah.
But of course, if you are not perform, I can be kicked out. Normally, politics is about results.
Yeah.
So if the results not there, I can be kicked out. But I cannot promise you here, with all sincerity, that if mandate is given to me, I will do 4 years and move forward. I'm a Nigerian. If I tell you that the offices are not sweet, then I'm a thief.
Wow.
Of course.
You're one of the rarest politicians.
It's sweet. Anybody who tells that the office is not sweet should resign.
Wow.
The office is very sweet. So
Say it again. I like the way you are saying.
the office is very sweet. Very, very sweet. Because my brother, as a young man, if I tell you that the office is not sweet, I'm a thief. Then why am I doing the office? Then I should resign. When someone come and tell you you have diplomat, you come and say you are stressful, then resign. So they know that nothing is there. Everything is there. Because it caters for our needs.
Okay.
It takes good care of us and our families. So nobody will taste it and want to leave. If you want to leave, resign.
Thank you, sir.
So I can only be kicked out because of poor performance. But as far as I perform, I will also go for the 8 years.
Okay.
Since the precedence has been set.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty. I mean, very honest as well.
Okay.
You have 2-3 minutes to
Yes,
just wrap
let
up
me
and then we'll be
answer.
done on the show.
One of the questions is why politicians promise one thing
Yes.
and after they get there, they decided to hold it tight. Well, I've said it earlier and I will repeat it again. There is nothing special apart from the benefits. Okay? You know, when someone is seeking for something, it's only taken by his grace for him to be blunt enough, especially in Nigerian context.
Yeah.
Someone will come and swear to you, just one thing, I can do this, I can do that. But of course, you cannot deny the fact that today you are sitting as Somali, maybe in a month, you hardly see 500,000. For instance, you get elected,
I have this here.
in a month you start seeing 6 zeros hitting your account.
Yes.
So when after the 4 years about to elapse, the first thing that was not coming to you is, okay, what happened? If these 6 zeros start coming again, what's the next plan, what next option? But of course, it's in two phases. There are those who want to seek re-election to consolidate on what they have started. There are those who are seeking election to satisfy their ego and their personal needs. So it depends on what you are seeking election for, and it's also the mandate is left to the electorate. If they are convinced that you deserve the second thing, of course. There are people who have seek election and they lost. There are those who seek election and they got elected. There are those who seek election, they lost, but they manipulate themselves in. It depends. That is why we leave everything to God. God will decide. That is that. The other one is, what are the practical gaps of the reps member that I think I can step in? Well, we are two different individuals. We have different perception on leadership. We have two different blueprints. For now, I have not laid my eyes on his own blueprints. Only him, or maybe when the day you bring God of us, I know how did he want to go about it. But I have my own blueprints as a person. Of course, my own blueprints, I felt what he is doing. I have not come here to criticize him. He has not done well. He has done well at his own right. But I feel if the mandate is given to me, I will do more better. I have that conviction. I will do more better. It's not enough to do anything to electorates who make you who you are and claim you are doing them favor. Do you understand?
Very well.
It's not enough. Today, as I'm sitting before, I've said it. The house I stay today, people of Pankshin don't make it possible. The cars I drive, even the car I drove to be here, if not because of the mandate given to me by Pankshin people, I could have not driven that Hilux. Of course, I was having a car, but it wasn't an Hilux car. So, of course, if they have given all those things, I think they deserve better. In which aspect? I'm a lover of education. I'm a lover of sport. As I'm talking to you as a state government representative, I have 4 youths I sponsored to Spain, in Latvia, in Turkey, who are playing football. I know how much it costs me. And I'm very happy that they're doing fine. Just last week, one of them was signed in Division B, in one of the, which of the country? I will check the contract and send to you, because any contract they got, they involve me as their sponsors. So the leader of the contract was sent to me.
As a sport lover, that's
and by God's grace, as a young chap, Anyhow, in a month, I think it should earn up to 4 to 5 million naira in naira if converted in that currency. And I'm happy. I'm the only member in this state that since I came to office, I'll be organizing a unity football tournament throughout my team. They are going to play the final for this year, the top edition, on the 21st day of March in Pankshin. I have never failed, and I'll continue to do that because I believe that everybody has his own talent, everybody has his own destiny. Some will succeed through sport, some will succeed through school. That is why I offer scholarship. I'm paying school fees, I'm paying tuition fees, I'm giving educational support, I'm giving scholarship. There are schools I went and pay school fees and go away. You can never have me say that I give scholarship with those ones. I give them educational support. There are those I pay white and so many. I am the only representative in this state. If there is maybe some, okay, I cannot argue because there are some who may have did it without telling us. But I am among the few who is sponsoring his constituent in masters, in PhD, and the first degree. I'm the only member, if not the only, maybe there's one or two that since I enter office, every year I'm giving fertilizer 2 times to my constituent for dry season farmers around this February, March, and rainy season. I have never failed. You know how much fertilizer is? I don't buy fertilizer in pickup. I buy them in trailers to ensure that I eliminate the suffering of our farmers. I have built 14 schools within my constituency in the last 2 years, getting to 2 years. I have renovated 3 clinics, I built 3. I have drilled boreholes, 34 hand pumps, and 3 motorized. I have fixed transformers. I have donated transformers. I have built community town halls in Neleng and very multi-million naira projects we're talking about here. I have supported churches, religious associations. I have sent religious leaders, both in Jerusalem and in Mecca, as their representative. We have done a lot with the opportunity given to us. And I want to assure you that if the opportunity is given to me, we leave no stone unturned. Because for me, I'm a contented young man, and things of the world don't take me off. I'm the only member in the state that I go down to my constituency almost every week. Go and make your findings. There's no any nook and crannies that I don't go because I have their mandate. And if given the opportunity, I can tell you, I can take it to the bank, record today's date. If I'm declared member representing Pankshin Kanke Kanan, in my first 2 years, I'm going to deal with the 58 state wards, not the 36 federal ward. 58 state wards that made up of Pankshin Kanke Kanan. Every ward must have a project of 10 million naira and above in the first 2 years. Right. Put it down in written and hold me accountable if I'm elected. All right. Every ward must have a project of minimum of 10 million and above in the first 2 years.
Right, Honorable. From all that you have said in the last 2-3 minutes, I think they should shift the Jagaban title to you. You're also a Jagaban.
No, I will not. I will not.
Jagaban.
Because nobody can do that.
That's a much we can take on the show today. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Gabriel Dewan, Minority Leader, current Minority Leader in the Plateau State House of Assembly, and former Speaker of the same Plateau State House of Assembly. And we've dealt with a lot of issues. And again, things that were not attributed to him said it very clear on the show that this was what he was told and this is what he recounted. And the ones he said he is do, and the one he said he's going to contribute to doing, even if it is not him, he also stated it on the show. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. And this is not the last we're going to have you here.
I'm always open.
So we're going to, in a very few, this will also, and if that debate happens, why not? I'm looking forward to it. I mean, why not?
We'll tell our people what they send us.
Sure. So thank you very much, and that's been the show. For those of you who are watching online from Zimbabwe, from Burkina Faso, I'm seeing people watching from Scotland, from the UK. I'm also seeing people from South Africa. I'm seeing people from Holland. I'm seeing people from where else? Australia watching. Dr. Bundi is watching all the way from Australia.
Global.
Absolutely. Of course, we're a global show, by the way. Remember to like the page, by the way, Samson Omale. But if you've not liked it, I've seen a lot of you there. Just like it, right? And follow us on the so that you can get notification and all of that. My name is Samson Omale. What can I say? Thank you very much for being on the show today. It's been a great show. We hope that next week we'll continue to put our focus on issues that concerns Plateau people as we set the agenda on Viewpoint. Your number one news and current affairs talk show north of the Niger, longest running political news and current affairs show on any radio station north of the Niger. We're 17 years and we take pride in that. My name is Samson Omale. Have a very good morning. Bye bye from there.